Hello, everyone. My mic was muted. Can you hear me okay? Hey, Facebook geezer. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. I'm excited for today. I'm going to try to come on into the room. Yes, you can hear me fine. Okay. So, with my what do you call this? Ad? You can tell by what we're going to talk about. I told y'all in the group I teased, um, would you want to hear the update? Because I always reference a client that I started Microloc extensions with many years ago. And I'm so excited that she's joined us today. But in case anyone doesn't know me or anyone else needs a reminder, if you are on a YouTube channel, please make sure that you like, engage, comment. You can even share this. You can also, those in the Facebook group, thank you for joining. Hey, Nicole. Hi, Summer Baby 88. I'm so excited to have y'all here. And if those who may not know me, I'm Jessica, founder of Naturally Beautiful Hair Care and Microloc Mastery, coining Microlocs out of Brooklyn, New York in 2009. And this person actually is a throwback to those early days of Naturally Beautiful Hair Care before we got the Microloc Mastery training and certification program developed. There was Naturally Beautiful Hair Care. And I was providing services most of the time. And then we started our trainings thereafter. So I actually would like to, we started our trainings, and this is like a fusion of this is a full circle moment. Sorry, y'all. I am just so excited. So I'm gonna share with you before I bring her on a little bit about how she came to me, a little bit about what she was looking for. And in her own words, I would love for her to give us an update. Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. And I had to dig for photos. And while I was digging for photos, I was coming across so much that I was sharing about the Microloc extensions, the reattachments. And Angela is the person we're going to bring on. She actually was a big, big part of that. I really appreciate after her becoming a client, she also was an assistant for me. She hit the hair show circus with me. So I have some of those photos. But I'm I think she doesn't mind me sharing this. Initially, she didn't want to be broadcasted as an extensions client, and I understand. She wanted this service so that she could just help her transition into locks. Coming from short hair, she felt more comfortable having some help and assistance with it, and she didn't want to broadcast it. So that's partially the reason why I don't have her face plastered everywhere, and I didn't advertise her in that way. But I'm so happy that now it's all her hair. So I think now she's like, listen, there's nothing, there's no hiding. It's all hers. We'll see how it looks. But I want y'all to just say hi, good afternoon. Hi, Diane Turner. And before I bring her on, I'm going to show y'all some of her process. Okay. Or yeah, I'll do that first and then I'm gonna show y'all so y'all can see the drastic contrast. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. And when I don't remember how I met Angela, but she says that she met me prior to this event I had. So the earliest picture I have is actually meeting her with a wig, and she was at a hair event with me, and she was interested in getting locks. So she set up her appointment, and when she came, she had her hair was short. I think it was about 3 inches. I believe it was around 3 inches, and so she wanted to extend it and just give it a little bit more fullness. So as you can see here, these are old pictures. I tried to make sure I tried to adjust the lighting, but this is the best that I can get it right now. Hi, Cozy Locks. So Angela is probably I don't know if you remember seeing these pictures. She's in the waiting room. We started in the back. Look at the length difference. You had it was a nice healthy little TWA. It was nice and healthy, and we just started. These are older techniques, and we just worked our way with 4 to 6 inches. And when we got to this is one of the few. I have a couple other shots, but I tried to lighten it up a bit, but the goal was that it would look as natural as possible. She didn't want it hanging all the way down her shoulders. She didn't want to be too drastic, although she could have started longer. I thought this was a great length for her to start with. So it curled in naturally a little bit, and I'll go closer in the next photos. Again, sorry for the poor quality. This is what I was working with at the time, but I did a little close up so you can kind of get a sense of the size, and the length was not that long. Okay, I think I have one more. Okay, so I did a compilation. Um, this is a fuzzy picture, but I'm gonna just show you what I have, and then you're gonna see Angela for real. So, she helped vend and market. This is us at an event in Brooklyn, and if you can see, it's got some length to it. Again, I zoomed in a bit. You still can't quite see her hair, but she was vending with me in Baltimore, and actually at this event, I did extending of Sisterlocks because and the Angela is in the left hand corner. I don't know if Angela, you remember this, but this sister lock client has some locks that were out. And I really so badly wanted to say, all I said was I did the service, but I really wanted to say and share that you had a full head of extensions, but we didn't. So that was the before. And then my pictures. Well, this is Angela now. I don't know where the other picture went, but that was the before. And then the picture right here, real quick, on the right, is one of the afters, but it's really hard to see. Um, I did a terrible job at keeping track of like the photo quality. But so through the years, Angela's hair has grown so much. Y'all remember that picture I showed y'all with the 4 to 6 inches? Her hair was on the thinner side, which I can relate to. And these are some vacation photos. She is thriving over a decade later, down to her butt. So the extensions helped her along the way. I threw in these flyers. You remember these, Angela? I don't. She's in the behind the stage. Y'all can't see her. She landed on my flyers, and there was some other reattachment restorative services that I was advertising, and so all of this came up in the archive. So I want to bring on Angela without further ado to give her update and share just how her journey was, because this is something a lot of people look for, but for her to have the 15 years in, I think that is great. So are you ready, Angela? I'm going to bring you to the stage. Well, before I do, y'all comment, y'all want Angela to come on, say yes, help her feel comfortable. I need to see y'all help cheer her on. While I do that, I will cue up this. Her hair, okay, they cheering you on. Her hair looks absolutely amazing. Hello, Angela. Um, Diane says her hair has flourished so much just to trust the process. Yes, yes. Everybody, oh. Welcome, Angela. Okay, y'all are coming in with the comments. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring Angela on.
Hi everybody.
Hi,
Thank you
Angela.
for that warm welcome because I never come on camera for any kind of Zooms. So
Zooms.
thank you for that.
I want to welcome you. Let me see
Thank
if I can make you a little bigger.
My grandkids are in the back.
Oh, wait, hold up. So I'm gonna ask you a question, and while you talk, I'm gonna just make your screen a little bigger so we can all take a
Okay.
look. Because we reconnected, but we could start. Tell us about your journey.
Okay. Well, let me start. Good afternoon, everybody. My journey actually, I'm gonna take it back a little further. My journey started back in 19, I think 74, 75. Right before I went to college, and I wanted locks back then, but it wasn't really popular. And my mother wanted to know how I was going to get a job with these things in my hair. So I just made a little commitment to myself. When I turned 50, I didn't care what was going on, what job, I was going to lock my hair. So I did research about 3 years prior, and I was infatuated with the small locks, which everybody probably heard of, the sister locks. However, everyone that I called, pretty much said that they wouldn't do the extensions. I didn't want to wait for her hair to grow. And so I just had a bright idea, and I said, well, I used to wear micro braids. Let me just Google Microlocs. And that's how I actually came in touch with Jessica. And I had a consult with her, and I was just so taken with her her passion for hair. And we had that consult. I told her what I wanted, and she had been trained, in the extensions, but I was going to be her actual first client, I guess, of a full head of extensions. We did it, and as you can see, I started out pretty, short, and I didn't like the stage at the time. Now I wouldn't mind going back. You need to embrace all stages. I couldn't wait to get a ponytail, but now I'm like annoyed. The hair is very long, if you guys can see. Yeah, it's pretty long. So, I'm constantly, I have it out because I'm on here today, but normally I have it up, looking for different ways to style it. And I was even asked if I wanted to cut it the other day. I'm here in the state of North Carolina, so I had to find someone down here. And it so happened this young lady was trained by Jessica. But I haven't cut my locks at all. I actually went to Jessica after she did my hair. She maintained my hair for a few years, actually. So I didn't have any problems, and I got a lot of compliments on my hair. And what I appreciated with Jessica, like I said, it was her passion, because I think at the time, I don't know if you had a master's from Columbia University or something, and everybody, your family was getting on like, why are you doing hair? But this was her passion. And I'm so proud of her that she stuck with this and she's built a great business. But if you guys have any questions for me about my journey, I can say this, that Jessica uses a tool that, I guess she came up with, and it's a small, interlocking tool. And my hair was basically groomed with that for the first few years, by going to Jessica. And then I guess pregnancy happened and different things. Jessica moved away, and so I had someone else doing the hair. And different people want to use different type of latch hooks. And I noticed the difference in the locks in that newer growth. But I would say from probably here on down, that was Jessica's growth before I actually had someone else do my hair. And I've been pleased. And when I had the initial install, I thought, they might start falling out here. I had absolutely no issues. I mean, they grew beautifully, and I think there's a certain brand of natural hair I think that you use too, because you actually, I think Jessica made the small locks and did the attachment and everything. I don't know what she did, but whatever she did, it was great, and I was pleased, and I'm still pleased years later. And I've only had two other people actually put their hands in my head, and both of those people complimented my install. They like, your grid is still, whatever. So I think that's an important part of who you let start the initial install of your locks, as to, how they'll grow and how you can maintain them. But if there's any questions for me, definitely feel free to ask.
I did want to.
And I wanted to show my hair. Like I said, I don't usually.
Oh, yeah, let
Yeah,
me take. Hold
I'll
on, let
show
me.
you now. If you can see the light, can you see? Can you see it? Are you
Yes,
able
I
to
can see it. Yes, I removed myself so you can be full.
Oh, okay. So I just want them to see the length of it, where it is now. As compared to where we started.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, she said that's something new I learned. I had no clue that the tool mattered in the health and longevity of the locks. Akia was mentioning. Yeah. I think so. To rewind it a little bit, and I appreciate you. Just appreciate you coming on and showing your hair, because we're all up in your business now about your hair. And but
I'm sorry.
but I do appreciate you being honest about, because I know a lot of people sometimes have unrealistic expectations about even getting extensions and making it the volume different than what their hair is going to grow out. And
Mm-hmm.
you and I both have in common a thinner type of hair. Like I told
Right.
people, we achieve volume in different ways. And so I really appreciate you coming and being honest about, um, you have the length and your volume, your density pretty much is the same, as
Well,
what.
I'm getting older. I mean, I don't mind. I'm 64 at this time. So, I look at my mom's hair. Oh, and just so you guys know, my hair was loved so much, and my mom was so against locks all these years. After I had my locks for like 9 months, Jessica installed my mom's locks. Hers are just as long as mine, but she actually's cut it and it's actually grown even more. But she has the problem in the crown.
Right.
Like I said, a lot of that could be hereditary too. We're not as young as we used to be, and I always had a fine grade of hair.
Yeah,
So yeah.
definitely runs in the family. Same with my mother and my edges. But yes, I remember your mother, and so we did a partial extensions on your mother in certain
Oh, that's
areas.
right. She had, yeah. She
Yeah,
pretty
but
much had mostly her hair.
you said she was against you getting locks, and then she
Oh,
saw
for
your
years. Yeah, yeah, well, you guys, like I said, I'm 64. This wasn't popular in the
hair.
70s. Like, you're not getting ready to do this. And I wasn't even, they didn't have these fancy things. I was just basically not combing my hair. I was going to do, the dreadlocks. Okay. So it was like, no way can you walk around like that. How are you going to get a job? And it was true. Things were different then. And I hear now, even in some states, it's like not accepted to have locks and things in the workplace. So, we've
Mm.
come a long way, but we still have a long way to go with it.
Yeah, I think it helped that we were both in Brooklyn. That we were in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
It did feel very much more accepting to have natural hair, but at the time, it still was. I could still see how you could not want to announce that you had extension. Now, people, it's a whole different
Well,
viewpoint.
no, I see. I'm amazed. I go in the beauty supply store. I
Yeah,
mean, they have locks. I was like,
yeah.
matter of
Lock
fact, let me
wigs.
share a story. About a month ago, I went in the beauty supply store, and a young lady walked up to me. She said, "Your hair is beautiful." She said, "Where did you buy it?" And I was taken aback. I said, "No, I didn't buy it. I grew these." So, they're selling all kind of stuff now. Yeah.
Right. Yes. So I love the fact that you could grow. You can grow hair that is feet long, like multiple feet long. Your hair's probably 3 feet long, and just having a little of support of the added hair, how you helped nurture your own hair growth. Your hair grows
Right.
faster than my hair. Your hair outgrew my hair because I
Right.
know we were
Jessica had
connected.
lots when I started. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have shoulder
they
length. I
were
don't know
new.
what happened.
Yeah, they were about a year or so when I
Yeah.
met. And then by the time you got to year 10, or we both, you had outgrew me. And I was just like so amazed at the process. I wish that I had more pictures. And I feel like I have some somewhere, but I've been combing through old phones, everything, and I can only pull up what I did. I'll show everybody again.
Yeah.
But it was just, oh, somebody said beautiful afternoon. And um there were some questions about the film to ask you. So it's crazy. How did you connect with the Microloc Mastery Certified Pro where you were? Did you just look, or how did you?
No, actually, I was just calling people to see about getting my hair retightened, and a couple people I didn't hear back from, and this young lady, I heard back from her, and I went down to meet with her. So happened she's from Brooklyn, so we connected, and then as we started talking, she told me she trained with you. So I was like, okay. But a lot of people move away from the training because, like I said, she feels more comfortable using the latch hook. But she does have your tool, and she did ask if I'd prefer to use it. But unfortunately, the person before was using the latch hook. But it is a difference in how your locks grow because at different stages, the locks, they swell and different stages. So I just noticed a difference, and I think anybody that has the patience to use the tool, I think it would be good to continue that over a process because it's going to make a difference in the maturity of your locks and how they look.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting you said that because when we teach, we advise using the tool we teach with, but people do have a freedom, which is different than Sisterlocks. We're not locking
Right.
you into the tool, but I do want people to know that there are still noticeable differences that people are noticing. Someone here agrees in the Facebook group, and so yeah. You The thing is, I always think you can go back to the original tool,
I would
if you
like it. I think the latch hook makes it look more stringy. Like it, I don't know. I don't think it. I don't know.
okay, right. But you
My
weren't you
opinion.
weren't a pro. Like this wasn't your yeah. Okay, so someone wants to know, did you eventually cut off the extensions and what that process was like?
Actually, some of them just fell if they pretty much grew out. The extensions, yeah, they were. I guess the extensions were probably this about. this amount of my hair
I'm gonna make
down
this
here at the bottom. They were about this length, yeah. But yeah, most of them they just pretty much grew out, or they on the end. Some of them got cut out.
yeah.
Yeah,
I did your hair for about, I feel like at least 4 years before
yeah,
we.
for a while, for a while.
It was probably a little sooner than, because yeah, I got like within a couple of years, I got knocked up. No, and I had my daughter.
What happened?
Messed up my business. No, I'm just, she already knows this is not nothing. But no, it threw me off track with a lot. So I know that at some point we separated, and then you moved, and I moved like five
Right,
different times. Oh my gosh, it was crazy before I. So that's how I know that nurturing your locks, though, in the beginning did matter. And I tell people who are looking to get extension work to stay, to try to stay with someone for a period of time, especially when they know what they're doing, they can go ahead and address the issues instead of you coming to me just for extensions and then bouncing into someone else who, like you said, may not know what to do, uses a different tool possibly, or doesn't understand proper tool usage. And I think you agree with that.
right. Yeah, I'm finding that even now because I broke off, popped a couple locks that need like reattachment.
Yeah.
We're like halfway, and a lot of people they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to reattach the lock or different things
Okay.
of that nature. So I've gone like in the back. I probably have a good row where
Oh,
they've been out for a while, but I always tell don't put it in with the other locks because then you're thinning
they
my
can-
thing out. So I'm going to find someone. I might even try to get up to Jersey, but
okay.
yeah, just to get that done. Yeah.
Okay. They want to know, can they zoom in closer? We're kind of being all in your hair,
How do
but
I do this now? What do you
no,
want of
you
my
good.
hair?
I'm gonna take
Y'all
myself.
want to see hair, right? I don't know. Can you see? I'll stand up. I can stand up and move back. Okay. Can you see? Can you see okay?
I can't see, but I have to get off the screen so to make you bigger. So
Okay.
wait, maybe there's another way to do it, and you can hear me. No. So I'm gonna get off the screen real quick, and then
Well,
you can.
I'm just gonna stand so they want to see the hair. That's why I have it out. Usually I have it up on the top of my head. But yeah, if you can see the hair. I don't know which way so I'm not used to being on camera. Okay, there we go. That's my hair. Probably needs a little bit of a trim.
I have a question for you. When did you notice all the extensions were coming off? Around what time? Like what point?
Oh God, they've been gone.
I know, like within the first year, was it, or I can't
Yeah,
remember.
they grew out because as you can see, my hair grew pretty fast. So yeah, they were gone pretty quickly because they were like maybe I'm gonna hold it up. Maybe about this length.
Yeah, you
They
had
were
about
maybe
6 inches,
they were
especially
maybe
yeah. At
yeah.
the top, they
So
were longer. That's why I said
they
4 to 6.
started growing. I'll say this. Once I got it, it was so nice because I had bangs and fluffy and I could do all of this. And I was like, oh, I can't wait for it to grow. I can't wait for it to grow. But um, it grew pretty fast. As far as me being able to put it up in a little ponytail, because that looks longer there, but they were actually, my hair was still pretty short, and it had a little curl to it. Um, yeah, as you could see, even there, when we went to that hair show there, they were still short. I might have had them pinned up a little bit, but I don't know. They just took off and they just started growing within I'd say within the first, what, 3, 4 years? Right? That was 2017 right there. So there, they had already grown out. As you could see, they were, probably a little bit under my breast area.
Mm-hmm. They would
Yeah.
get quickly to your waist. I remember. Yeah, there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were moving out. Yeah, that was
Love
2017.
the bathing suit shot. You had to make the whole tropical. This looks so gorgeous.
I
I love this picture of you. Oh
didn't
my.
have a lot of, I lost phones and stuff. I don't know where all my pictures are because I
I,
had some when they were shorter, but
yeah.
they're pretty fast though.
Okay. Someone had a question. They heard others who had extensions always have issues with them staying in, especially when they wash their hair. Did you have any issues as your hair grew with the extensions?
I didn't have any problems at all, and I was very surprised. So whatever method, and I don't know how to do the reattachments. I did take Jessica's class as far as
Yeah.
tightening locks and so forth. So I don't know what she does, but I didn't have that problem at all. And initially, I think well, I was so scared. I think maybe the first couple times when I was washing my hair, which I didn't wash my hair very often, which I didn't have to. I used to clean my scalp like with a clean rag. And that's another thing. I swore by Jessica's oils. I love them. And
Oh,
I used those religiously for the first few years, probably. I didn't put in a lot of product in my hair at all, just the natural oil. So I didn't have buildup or anything of that nature. I've even ordered products from Jessica, not long ago, before I
yeah.
came to North Carolina. Um, yeah, but I didn't have that problem. I didn't have any problem with any coming out or anything of that nature. And it was very natural. I didn't have that problem at all. And like I said, I did put, like, I think my first or second shampoo, I think you instructed me to put a stocking cap on or something. I think I might have did that in the beginning and washed it. I don't remember. I might have did that in the beginning.
You might have did it on your own or you got it from
Maybe.
I might
Yeah.
have told I can't remember. Maybe I just say to keep them.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe the first or second time. After that, I did not. I didn't have any issue. I would wash it, but then I didn't do a lot of manipulation of my hair either. I used to always keep a silk bonnet on at night. A lot of people just want to be
Mhm.
wild with their hair, especially once you put it in, because it's like such a sense of freedom. But you want to make sure that you're using a silk
Yeah.
satin pillowcase or satin bonnet or whatever, and take care of the locks while they are cultivating. Right, that's the word for it. Yeah, because
Right.
they're going through stages of growth, so you want to take care of them, and I wanted to take care of mine. I wanted them to look nice once they grew out, so I tried to do what was required. And like I said, I wasn't a person that washed my hair every week or every 2 weeks. I used to just make sure my scalp was clean, and I used the oil, so I didn't have buildup in my hair because that's strictly all I used were the oils that Jessica sells.
I
And
I remember you did not have any buildup when I did
no,
your
because
hair
I didn't use any other products in my hair. I just used the oil, and that was it.
oil.
And
I
that's
didn't
all
tell
I do
her,
now.
y'all, to promote. I didn't tell her anything to say that at all. And it's funny because you did religiously order the hair oil. And the people
Yeah,
who use it, I've noticed that their hair has grown. And not just, I'm not trying to act dumb, but you know how you have a product on the side, you don't really promote, but kind of promote it. And I was like, that your hair grew so fast. And I'm like, you only use the oil. And I keep telling people less is more. But thanks for that plug because I'm
and I
making
feel so crazy because you know what? I go back with Jessica so far to the beginning. I was helping her bottle her oils, put them together. I said, I can't remember what she put in it. All I remember was one ingredient.
the grape seed.
Yeah, because I love the smell of the oil. It was a light oil, and it did my hair fine. I don't know. It might have been the oil because that's all I used. I really can't say that I used any other product in my hair at all.
Aw, yeah, yeah. Can y'all make a rating on the site or something? Let me know that you like it. Thank you.
No, it's really
But
good and it smells good too. But it's a really good. It's really
but
good.
I thank you. I do always tell people that less is more and to stick to because I being a product junkie is real and I was that. But this oil, like I purposely formulated it so it can have what we need without build up on our hair. I want to ask you. Somebody has a couple people have questions. They want to know if you could show the back. I don't know if you showed the back before they asked,
I thought
but
I did, but yeah, I'll put it
yeah,
to the
we'll
back
do it
as
again
well.
before she goes, y'all. She'll get up and do it.
That's true.
But someone went to. Oh, okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me get myself.
The back. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, that's the back.
Okay. So Angela started. They asked what year did we install them. So I'm gonna actually say it's close to 2010 because I had to do the archive. I
It
was
was
like,
close
okay,
to 2010 because I was 50 years old. It was I think I came on my birthday on
the
November the
beginning
1st
of
because
20.
that was a promise to myself. and I just turned 64. So yes, it's been
It
like
was the
14
beginning.
years.
It was around I feel like around March because we over that summer is when we had made your appointment. We decided because we were outside or it was warm when we were outside. Anyway, I said 2009, but it's actually early 20 around early
Well,
2010.
it was 2010 around November.
Oh, it was November.
Yeah, because it was my birthday. I remember it well. It
Oh,
was
well,
my
then you
birthday,
remember.
November the
Okay.
1st.
So now we are at 13 years. Then it will be 14 years. Okay. So I said nearly 15.
Right,
I have
almost there.
my year, 1 year off.
Hmm.
But I'm glad that you're verifying it. But still over 10 years ago. And then if you already provide the information, yeah. So that's when we installed it. And then they asked, can the extensions be added to existing locks? Yep. They can be and they have. Well, I was pulling up pictures of I had a client after Angela, not right after her, but a following client who extended Sisterlocks. I showed that picture in the last live, but I'll do it. I can do a follow up another time. I just have Angela's pictures. So yeah, she started fresh from her own hair. But you can also use these techniques to add. So we were able to create her grid, which is really good. We were able to custom size it and address the areas, even though if there was areas that were a little bit thinner, we were able to make them size them a little different to give her a little more volume in those areas. And someone says, "Oh, they love the oil. Thank you. I need this oil." Yeah, I'll show you. Well, it's the oil. It's on our the Microloc extension site. It's on the naturallybeautifulhaircare.com site. And I'll show y'all a bottle when we say goodbye to Angela. I don't want to keep her. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta run.
Actually, I see the babies in the background and I'm like,
Oh
they
yeah,
upset.
those are my grandkids.
I was like, I hope they don't fall on this.
They're all in the camera, right?
So I want to just kind of ask, um, because you kind of did say about how you felt about this decision with your hair or anything, but what advice, I guess, would you give, additional advice, because you've given some great advice already, would you give to people who are asking and inquiring about this service based based on your experience
Well,
in
based on
a
my
30
experience,
year?
I'm still trying to find someone on Jessica's level, to be honest. I mean, I'm here in North Carolina and I'm willing to try and get to Jersey at this point.
Jersey.
But because it's important for people that really have a passion for doing hair and not just say, I'm just going to tighten your hair. Like, I mean, I'm not going to call any names or anything, but someone that's doing my hair, hey, I go sit down. They just start. Well, I'm like, how do you know if you're missing something? You're just here, and then you're over here, and then there's like no order. I mean, and you can tell when people you can feel when they really don't care about your locks. When you see I have maybe one and it broke off, whatever, you're not even trying to, do anything about it. So I don't know. That's all I can say about that. But I just
Okay.
think it's better to stick with one loctician that really is interested in your hair, that you have that good feeling about it. And that's one thing that really I was pleased with Jessica. She really had a passion for this to where, you left behind the good job, whatever, and you're like, you want to open your own business and where you wanted to take this. And I remember family members like, oh, you're crazy and all this stuff. But I'm proud of you because really, I remember from when and what you wanted to do and where you are now. And it's a beautiful thing. It really is. So as far as Jessica's concerned, I don't even know if you're even doing hair on that level anymore. You're probably doing more training and teaching. But if you can find someone that possibly that she is trained that has that same passion for hair and are really following her techniques and using the tool, because I swore by that tool, and I to me I saw a difference in the growth of like right here, because when the people start using the tool, to me it thins the lock out. I might be wrong, but that's how it looked to me as far as not using the tool.
It's
So
interesting you say that. I keep going off camera just so that you could be bigger for people to see, zoom in.
I don't like to be seen, so this is like a first
I'm
job. Everything else,
so
I always have
excited.
my camera off. Jessica knows.
I'm y'all don't understand. Like I was like, this is bigger than, I was like, they can't really understand. But Angela volunteering, and Angela's a strong personality. And I remember when I first did her hair, do not tell people I got extensions. Like she was so, and I was like, oh my gosh, I felt like I
I
had
didn't
a
even want to have my picture on your wall in the shop.
flyer. I remember on the flyer, she was like, you put my picture on the That's why I showed it and I laughed. So, I mean, she's not playing. And I told her not, we didn't even connect before this live much. We just were texting. I just said, just share about your experience, whatever it is. I was open for her to come in here and say, hey, it all fell out, whatever. But she's just being 100% honest and letting y'all look at her hair is major. And I appreciate you, Angela, because a lot of people, I do too. I feel self conscious about certain things about my hair, whatever it is. And for you to just be able to allow people to see it, and I tell people, this is a real person. Like we see all these pictures with all this full hair. There's a lot of comments coming. I'm about to pop them up on the screen for you. But child, you got a lot of comments coming in. Someone
Oh,
said,
really?
"Yes, I stay in North Carolina. You have to love what you do and find a person who loves what you do."
What
Um,
part of North Carolina?
I'll scroll down and it'll probably answer it. I don't even know who asked that. I'm in London. I wish to learn and know more. There was a mention of particular tools maintains the locks different. Yeah. I even in the some of the free stuff I talk about or the boot camps, you learn about tool types. Oils are great, but depending on hair texture, some require more moisture than oil. It needs to be a balance. The thicker, more tighter curl patterns usually require more oils, where fine hair with the looser curl pattern requires more moisture than oil. Either way, using only a carrier oil is I don't know who wrote that comment, but yes. And Angela has
I
a
like
certain
to comment on that one because I mean, hey, I haven't been to hair school or natural hair school or anything of that nature. All I can tell you is how it performed on my hair. But I do believe that a little bit of moisture, whether it's I don't know what you would use, water or something. I don't know, maybe distilled water or something might help the oils to seep in more. But I can just tell you from my experience of growing these locks out, um, the essential oil that Jessica uses. I don't know what, like I said, I don't even remember what we were putting in it, but hey, I don't know the formula.
on
But
the label.
all I can say is my locks, always, I get compliments, always. Back then I got compliments. My hair maintained, it was light, it never had buildup in it. And I guess it depends too. If you have more of a traditional lock, and like my mom's hair is different. My mom has thick 4C hair, I don't know. Maybe it would require something different, but just based on my experience with my hair, the oils work perfectly, and I think that's all I can attribute to because that's all I used. That's all I used. I didn't mix and match a bunch of stuff. I just used the oil, and that was it.
Yeah, I get the point that they're making because we don't want people to just start taking bottles of oil and dumping it on their hair.
Yeah, no, you need moisture.
And we use it strategically, and often we use it as a part of a regimen. So sometimes I use it with the hot oil treatment. I tell people I use the oil after I wash it to seal
Right,
it. So Angela was doing some of those same things, or spot oiling,
right.
because it's infused with essential oils and aromatherapy based, but it's not just the aroma that's the therapy; it's the actual nutrients, and so that was seeping
Mhm.
into her scalp, and the oil was just the carrier, like someone said. So yeah, very important. Passion is a must. Absolutely,
Mhm.
you can't fake. You only can fake for so long. Like if I'll just leave it there. Do you have a woman training your method in London? Um, there was interest. There's a long. I always want to say so much. I can talk, but I'll just say there was interest. But then I think I told y'all before there was a masquerader of what we do and pulled in some people in that area. So if you do see somebody in the area, they're not in our program. They're in the program that was named very closely to ours, but we want to build up in London. I actually had a ton of interest. And when that whole legal thing happened, and I was like, that's what happened. So I say, I don't even have to tell y'all all that, but I'm saying that to say, um, we, we have people trained all over the world, and London is welcome. We have Africa representing. So people are going to Ghana and Nigeria. We have people representing, and also Canada, France. So we definitely, I think France might be the closest that, but yeah, we definitely want to. Someone is laughing at some comment someone said earlier. Stars. Oh, y'all don't have to send stars on Facebook. It's an automatic message. It's weird. You are beautiful, and that hair is everything. Nia's telling you.
No,
Angela
she's
looks so
talking about
serious.
you.
It's talking
Your
about
hair is great too.
you. You. Oh, you. Yeah. Leland, North Carolina is you asked if it's
Leland, okay. I don't know. How far is that from Fayetteville? I've heard of Leland. I'm in Fayetteville there, so I'm not far from Raleigh and maybe now.
but Angela, you've been trained to do reties, so you know.
I know I need to get with it, right? Maybe I
Maybe
need a little refresher. No, I know. Yeah.
yeah, you would if you wanted to. I would, refresh you, and Angela could come in, snatch up your new growth. Great. Oh, thank you. But it's Angela's caretaking because that's a long time, and most people don't even keep their locks that long. And for her to have hers, both your hair is very lovely. Oh, thank you. I love doing locks. I love to teach my clients how to keep their locks healthy. This is why I'm on Jesse page. Oh, thank you, Jesse a page. I love it. Yeah, Africa, Frida. Hey, Frida. Same, Dee Dee. And yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up because Angela has graciously given her time, but I'm worried about them babies on the top floor. And they can't come downstairs, right?
No, there's like a catwalk up there. That's what they're
Okay.
up there playing.
Okay. Oh, the response to that question is at 45 minutes to an hour. Oh, that's travel. That's
Oh,
commutable.
okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I might need to because I have a little time on my hand and it's just that I'm getting older. I don't have the patience that I used to, but it's worth it because I'm really into the hair too and sometimes it's good to just I wouldn't do it that often or probably have that many people, but I wouldn't mind.
You
Yeah.
say your patience is just get it. No, I'm just playing. Yeah. I say you're more mellow
Yeah,
now.
Jessica. Don't tell them.
I think you left because you left. We I'm sorry, we haven't spoke to each other in so long. She left Brooklyn, went down south, and got mellow because you
Yeah, I've
Brooklyn,
been down about a year. I was thinking about coming back that way, but no way. I couldn't live like I'm living here, there. Trust
right?
me.
Yeah.
No way.
So it's so. Oh,
Yeah.
we are so happy. Yes, thank you for sharing your journey, your
You're
story.
welcome.
We want some updates down the line. If there's any updates you want to give me, I'll pass it on to the audience. Um,
Absolutely. I don't mind even coming on a little bit further. I might curl and do something. I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, somebody wants to cut it, but I don't think I'm
yeah,
ever.
maybe make your like you said, make your way up to Jersey,
Yeah.
and then we could do a if you care to share, because sometimes people like to share when they're in a chair, you know.
Right, right, right. Yeah, we can definitely do that. I promise we can do that. So if I make it up there, you could definitely do that while I'm in the chair. I won't be shy now.
Okay. I know it was. I was like, she's not letting me tell nobody. Oh,
Okay.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
All
Um,
right.
so yes, I'll let Angela go out of the room. I'm gonna remove her. And people said thank you so much for sharing. So I have a couple more announcements to go before I close. But again, for anyone who just tuned in, Angela started her microloc journey with extensions, and I showed earlier some photos of her in this process. I'll go to how her hair was when she first started, and she came. Sorry, the slideshow is going all over the place. She came primarily because her hair was thin and short, and she didn't want to go through that process of growing it out. The slideshow is doing its own thing. Let me add it on. Okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. But you're welcome. So thank you, Miss Jessie, for that. Sorry, why is this slide? The slide, Angela. I guess I'm not supposed to show that. I know Angela's still in the waiting room. um, but the one I didn't capture enough photos. That was my only thing. But I'm just gonna show y'all the slideshow real quick and what you saw of her hair at this point. Remember, it is 15 years later. It is she did start out with it a little bit thinner and shorter. And so we had to be realistic about it's easy for someone to want to like take a small section and add a whole lot of hair to it like we would do for temporary. But when we did it, we said the strategy we were going to use is that she wasn't going to go super long because you know when you go longer it does make it look thinner at the roots right away. We wanted to layer. We lit a layer 4 to 6. We staggered the length, and we did it so that it can give her volume at the beginning, but not much more, not more volume than what her hair would naturally do, if that makes any sense. So even as her hair was growing out and these ends were eventually going to come off, she didn't have the fat bulbous ends. You do see that the ends are curling in because we use the type of hair we use, but it curled in just kind of naturally like on its own. But that was a natural look. Like that's fine. It fit the tool fine. It when it grew out, those were some of the pictures that I'm missing. So I have like some pictures from far away, blurry. I apologize. We couldn't locate. Both of us have moved several times and have a lot of changes in our like what we our photos and stuff, so our phones. So I pulled what I could off my social media. That was a hair show of me doing attachments. Oh, this is a nice picture. So that's about 5 almost 6 years ago. 2017 was actually, yeah, 5 years ago. Almost 6 years ago. So her hair, even that length, that's about my length. Her hair is inches longer than mine. It's probably 8 line inches longer than mine, because mine does not go down that long. Mine barely touches waist, so she has a good foot probably longer. And got some more comments coming in. Thank you for sharing. It's great to hear the oil. Well, I think also oil, just caring for her hair. Less is more. I say that all the time, but I don't know how many people really take that seriously. The clients I see thrive are the ones that don't do a whole lot. And so I tell people a lot of stuff people are doing is so excessive. And it's just like really hindering, I think, what could really, you know, I appreciate the invite, and it's great seeing Angela's hair thrive for so many years, and it gives me hope. Yes. That's her in a flyer. That's amazing. Oh, thank you. Again, hair is not. Um, I'm so happy that she still has her locks. Number one, because that's very telling, very very telling. If the foundation was, if they were even like thinning, then she wouldn't even be able to sustain. Now, yes, she says, she's gotten older. I've gotten older. My own hair has started to thin out in certain areas because of hormones, because of a bunch of factors. And so she mentioned her age, beautiful age of in her, what did she say, 64? Fabulous. But as we know, our bodies have changed. So the hair tends to be a little thinner. And so even with that long hair, she I don't think she says she lost any locks, but she notices that it's thinner, it's longer, and it has a natural weight to it, not a weight that's excessive, but not what your hair has. It's more of it, so it's still light, but it's not like forcing it. It's just hanging like so. She notices that it's she can notice more of a thinner overall, but oh, thank you. Love the color of her hair. Or well, I think her and my hair is the same. My hair is an ashy brown forever. Number 4. It's exactly a number 4. I think when I did that, when I reattached an extension, I used the number 4 hair and it matched exactly. Thank you. That proves how effective your technique is. Your oil is the key. Combination of her her maintenance, getting a good foundation in, not skimping on certain parts of the foundation because they're extensions. We want to make sure we still have it exact like if it was her hair. And then my technique then, it was my first, she was my first full head. So I knew I had to make a lot of different changes. I had to figure out what needed to be done better. But I must say that um, I think it held up. And I think that the foundation, it was a good, I'm glad that it wasn't like a horror story where she's like, oh my gosh, this is all different sizes and they're big fat bulbs that don't fit on the tool. Like we didn't want that. We didn't want it to not be able to be maintained. And she, like she said, she's got someone using a latch hook. So y'all know what I say about tool tie. She is not in the hair world like that besides her own hair. So a lot of the things I said, she's saying voluntarily. She said she noticed, and I never said anything about tools to her. I never even asked that. She said, I noticed with the tool you used to use and now they're using the latch hook, I'm noticing differences. And then I wish I could kept the consistency because now I'm noticing that my locks are thinner in certain ways than before. So that was her observation. Your hair, the latch hook. But people can do, what they choose to do. But I just said let's, think about being consistent. I think was the key also. So y'all wanted to ask about the oil. Shameless plug. I'm gonna go grab it. Wasn't planning to promote it, but it is my hair oil. And some of our certified pros actually sell bulk. They buy it a couple of dozen, and they make money selling it to their clients. But I also tell you everything that's on it. It's all natural. You can make your own kind of hair oil. But I did like research what goes together for stimulating growth because that was the main reason why I made the oil was to stimulate hair growth because of the issues with me and my mom. And so Angela, I said, use this oil and tell me how you like it because we want to stimulate your hair to grow in thicker with these extensions. I hate that I have to get up. But as I close out, y'all could go ahead and put the comments. Y'all, can y'all give me 1 second? What can I put on? I'm gonna get up for 1 second to grab the hair oil, and I'll be right back. Hey y'all, I'm back. Okay, so this is the hair oil. I sell it in the kits. Um, used to have different packaging. It's in a glass dropper bottle, and it has grapeseed, castor, but I buy like organic, natural, like a real the vitamin E is in there, neem, which smells bad, but then you also have like lavender and lemongrass and rosemary, clary sage, lang langs, a couple of other oils in here. I've been the same formula. No, I used to put MSM in it. I don't put MSM in anymore, which is something that used to help shorten the resting phase of the hair growth, but you don't need it. All this is a power pack. Nubia, what do you think about this oil? I didn't tell her about this one. What do you think about it? You used it, right?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Come say hi. Well, she kind of looks messy. Say hi.
Hi.
Go head down. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
She is one of my she did a commercial for me. Remember you did a commercial for this oil?
When I was like 6.
But do you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, she was cute. I didn't have to coax her. She really liked it. She was like, oh my goodness. And also her hair is out. Her hair is down her back now. So just from the hair oil. And her hair is only like 4 years. Yeah. Not even 4 years. It made 4 years. Okay. Thank you. Bye. You want to Shiva? Okay, so good stuff. Okay, I see. Any final questions? What is the texture defined as? Mine has changed with this new season in life. I'm definitely looking to be a new client, or I'm going to cut this hair off. what did you say? What is her texture? I think she had a 4C. Like, oh no, because texture is not the only thing. Her hair was very soft, baby doll soft. Um, she had a coil, but it was kind of as you can see, it wasn't super tight. It was very interesting combination um, of things going on. But I think her curl pattern would still be defined as 4C. And when we sectioned out the grid, we had to, I matched up, made sure that the finished look of the lock matched with how her hair was gonna, the finished size of it. Does that make sense? And we had to anchor it in a way because it was soft. So there was no product use. It wasn't like right away she just took hair oil and was pouring it on after the install. It was um, through the process of making sure that her hair was attaching well and meshing well with the extension hair, that she was following the maintenance routine. Then um, we can incorporate different things into her routine. Obviously, I don't tell people that they can't use hair oil, but the person that commented about oil was correct. There's certain types of hair that produce more oil because of the follicle. When you study hair, so I had to like study um, the shape of it, the follicle, how hair grows out, and how oil is create more oil is distributed down the hair. So you don't need to add oil to those hair types because it's going to be slippery. And that's when their locks and the combination of the type of hair that's used to create the extensions is going to be just a slipping madness, a slip and slide, all going to come out. It's a combination. But other people, it's not going to do anything to put oil in their hair, and it actually um, has the properties and benefits. So it really is about knowing the unique things that are going on with that particular client. A strong foundation is very important. Oh, thank you. And I mean, we don't have to have super full hair to have it healthy, right? Healthy to know that I know is that her locks are not falling out like from the base, knowing that she's not thick, like her hair is balding. Sometimes people's hair breaks off and it still doesn't bald. It breaks, like the client I had shown y'all in the reel that I was doing repair on. There was no bald spots. There was no thinning hair, but there was a lot of breakage. There was a lot of no locks. So just because her hair isn't, really, really big, it's still all, she hasn't lost any hair, and it's still very true to when I did her hair 15 years ago to what her hair was. So I just thought that makes me feel like she's doing something that's keeping her hair as strong as it can be with her unique characteristics. Can you see her hair? She left. I had her on for about 30 minutes, a little longer than 30 minutes. When will we have access to the recording? As soon as I'm done. So y'all want me to shut up? Can we see your daughter's hair? She is upstairs. She's supposed to be doing homework. She was supposed to be in after school, but she took the bus home, and it kind of threw me off. She was supposed to be in after school until 6, and she got on the bus, and now she's here, and so she needs to do her homework, and then I have no problem showing her. She's in a lot of the stuff that I have, my ads. I'm trying to think what recent she's in. She might not be. She's all on my stuff, so. But I'll have her come on another day. Yeah, you can definitely take a look at her hair and how her hair is done. She started her hair when she was 6, so I think it's helpful for people who have children to see how her head was. She was much smaller. She had a growth spurt. She's much bigger in 4 years, so you can kind of see how that affects locks. Her locks, the grid is exactly the same. We didn't even have to create any new locks, but in an adult, I actually did have to create new locks. And so it's always different dynamics to understand, Um, oh, you're an absolute best at extension job. Oh, thank you. And I was like, I know some people want to see long extension. I know, but she was my first one. Now I do have. Let me show y'all this flyer. I do have someone that I did super long. This is an old flyer, y'all. Okay, this is when I did Angela's hair. So we going back 13, 14 years. This person on the right, top right, and the left were full head, but there was a half head lock weave with extensions. This is a flyer circa 2010. Okay. And so I don't have the best quality pictures, but that she had 2 feet. You can't even see it on there. She had like 2 feet of hair, and then I did an ombre. I did a whole bunch of stuff. I was going extra. And then the other person, rest in peace, she has passed on. She's the mother of one of a former client, former Sisterlock client, and she came in with bald thinning edges. Oh man, my heart just, I have to show this to her daughter because I didn't realize that she was on this flyer. And so she's a top left. She had thinning edges, and so we did spot unit. Like I can't remember. I have to look. I have to zoom in. Let me make it bigger. Did I do? Um. Okay. Yeah, I did lock weaving. So it was a technique that I termed lock weaving, micro lock weaving, where you create locks where there is no hair to put locks, but you're not gluing locks. You're not. You're using techniques that are very customized to that person so that they can kind of manipulate and move it around. And yeah, so let me make myself bigger. Yeah, she passed away a few years, like 2 years ago. So, all right, everyone. I thank you. Oh no, wait! I got updates. So wait, y'all know about this oil? You can get it on Naturally Beautiful Hair. I'm gonna put the link in the chat right now. Okay. But I know if you go to naturallybeautifulhaircare.com/shop, and also if you go to the Microloc Extensions shop, it's in there under products. So either way, but I'll give you the Naturally Beautiful Hair Care link so you can check out the other. If you go to the Microloc Extensions one, I think I have a curl and spiral. What's different on that side is you have a curl and spiral kit. It comes with the oil, where it's like a conditioning regimen that goes with the training. If you ever get the training, it's like $40 something dollars. And I show you how to use the oil to condition your hair in a way so that you have these really beautiful, like these are curls I've had in my hair for like 3 weeks. And they may look flat or what crazy, but it's such a nice way to keep your hair strong without having to do too much to it. And then um, have it seal in moisture and infuse your scalp and hair with nutrients so that it can be stronger, so that it can sustain some of these styles. Because sometimes it's just a matter of us strengthening our hair for our hairstyles, locks, extensions, etc., to really thrive. So, okay, so I'm gonna give you this link to the hair oil. And then I'll also see if I can pull up quickly the link to the kits and stuff so that you can, if you're interested in the hot oil treatment kit. So that is how we seal in moisture. Is I have instructions that come with it about the process of really cleansing your hair and then um, using water, harnessing moisture, H2O, in combination with the oil to infuse into your locks, not make it heavy. My daughter loves how her hair feels after it because it doesn't feel oily. It just feels like the elasticity or something is like strengthened. So it feels like sealed in. So that's the hair oil. And yeah, y'all know I can't. I can see other. How do I get to the link? I would just say go to microlocextensions.com, but let me type it in. Here it is. And next week on Monday is the last day. It is the last day to apply for the scholarship. It is the last day to apply for the scholarship. Oh man, you know what, y'all? I can't find a link. I'm gonna close this out for the Microloc Extension site. I have to give y'all a link custom. Wait, in another way. So they, sorry y'all, I'm all over the place. So yeah, the 18th is the last day to apply for the scholarship. It is the last day to submit your work, your mannequin work. If you're in the program, some of y'all submissions are coming in. Good, good, because now we have time between now and then. Also, enrollment is still open. I may do a pop sale. I don't know. No, I shouldn't have told y'all because I don't want y'all. If y'all want to take advantage of the prices before they increase for next year, and you want to get in and get secure your spot for 2023, you have until the 22nd. Then we do our holiday party on the 22nd. Y'all gonna get your invites shortly. I'm having a meeting with my production, and it is virtual because we are a virtual program, and everyone is all over the world. So we want to have a way that we can all gather virtually, in addition to in person things that'll be happening in 2024. But this is where we're going to announce the scholarship winner on the 22nd. We're going to have some things where you can win additional gifts and prizes, including some hair oils if you like. This is go like I'm like people. I know everyone has a hair oil, and I'm told you I'm not like biased, but I say it subtly, and then I don't really push it. And then I had to make a new batch, but this is a fresh batch. This is a fresh batch I made within a week ago, and they're all bottled and sealed up fresh, and it really works. And everyone tells me that, but I tend to feel like there's so much other hair oils, but I only use this oil. My daughters only use this oil. Angela stated provoked. What do you call it? I didn't tell her to say it. She said it, and a couple other people still order it from years ago, and their hair has been doing really well. So you could win this. You can win the kits and really infuse all those nutrients into your hair and scalp if you join the party on the 22nd. I'm gonna bring it back home. All right. Let me see. I can't find a link on the other site, but I'll post it when I find it. You learn, okay, so using a heating cap to open up the cuticle. Yep. And I give you a self-heating cap. So it's a gold and silver. You can turn whatever side you want. So if you don't have a hair dryer, a hood dryer or a steamer, or you want to just do other things and not sit up under something, I give that in your kit as well. I love it because it just uses your body heat. And then use that in the process. Yeah, I'll show you how to do it. We learned today that it works. Yeah, there's a lot of factors we as women have with our hair, just without locks. And I love to hear, because like she mentioned, she has these factors where her mother there's some hair loss that's hereditary, same with me. And it's like easily we could fall right into that as well. And to hear that as we age, she still got, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I said she's only a year, like a year, maybe a couple months behind me. And that's amazing. It's amazing. All right. Okay, so those are the updates, y'all. Next week is the last live I'm gonna do next Monday. And that's going to be it, because we're gonna have like, y'all, this is the deadline. Get your stuff in. This is the deadline for the submissions for the scholarship certification, and I'm gonna let y'all know that. And then the next time I go live will be at the party, and then we're gonna go on vacation after that, so we won't be able to check anything, certifications, none of that. None of the review is going to happen, so that we can all enjoy some time off, whether you celebrate or not. But do you have any final questions? I put a link in if you ever want to look at some of the kits I have. I wasn't prepared to share them, so I don't have the other one up. But I really think I do have some stuff for the spiral one. This is a good time. Curly hair is good for any time, but I like doing curly hair in the winter because, well, I can do my conditioning, right? My hot oil, my steam treatments, infuse it, and then set it while it's doing that, and it keeps it. But in the summertime, it's a lot of like swimming and sweating. But in the winter, it just stays. It stays better because it's less humid. So I love, if y'all want to get the training. My hair is completely different than it was 4 to 5 years ago. Yeah, so much to the point you had to find and create new products opposed to the ones you use. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, what products did you find that you had to create differently? Because like I said, I don't use much of anything, so I kind of keep this simple. But I find that I don't have to use as much of certain things at certain times, if that makes sense. What do you want to see? The link for the curl and spiral conditioning kit and stuff like that? I can't remember where I put the link at. I could find it. Duh. I'm in the back end, so I can just go to my Shopify. Um, if that's what you're talking about. And then I see there's another question. Are those the same curls you took out? Yep. The thing was, I can't see. I was going to I stopped caring about it a couple days, like over the weekend. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hair and recurl it anyway. So I think I like slept without a bonnet on a couple of nights. I was just like, I went out and it was just all over the place. Um, did I go dancing? It was just like, yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna do my hair again. And then I was like, wait a minute. I think I'm gonna try a middle part. And I want it to be a little flatter. And so I'm not gonna wash it. So this actually me stopped caring about it after a while, and it still held. The curls are still here. So they will hold a month if you really about it, you about that life. Angela Williams. Oh, she's calling me. So probably to recap. Yeah. So and this was the pipe cleaners. So I'm a fan of pipe cleaners because they're more comfortable, but I also love perm rods because they give a wave. And then there's another curl that I wanted to do for y'all. I'm gonna show y'all another time that I used to do when I had shorter hair. It was just kind of reminding me of Angela's extensions, where it's like that. You know how like the layer when you did the big mesh rollers kind of look? That's exactly what I want to try to replicate again. Although my hair is longer, when it was shorter, I used to use mesh rollers a lot. I used to get those swoops, and so I was like, oh, I want to do that for this live to kind of show something different. And then I couldn't find them, so I said, well, I'm leaving my hair like this. So if y'all don't mind me doing that, I feel like I was being messy. I was like, oh my god, my hair's not out. I'm gonna have to go on camera, and then I was like, well, maybe I should just do that. I should just show y'all. Um, this is real. I mean, I am literally taking my hair out before I go live all the time. Oh, thank you, user. Um, there's if anybody has that link, I'll just get it for the Shopify store that I'm having an issue. Hold on, maybe this is it. This is it. Okay, hold on. I found it. Unknown caller. It says here we go. All right. So this is the link that you're going to use to if you want to get the hair oil and products. This is I think just the other kit. But there's also extensions and clip-ins and stuff like that. Yes, the pipe cleaners right from the craft store. Pipe cleaners right from the cheap ones I got on Amazon. I don't recommend because they break. I do know people who make great products. I would say support a black owned business if you can. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all and tell y'all that y'all need that's what I've used. Honestly, I've always used my cleaners. I went through all my old pictures, all my sites to try to find Angela's pictures, and I'm looking at my coils. I had all these like things I was doing in my hair, even when it was shorter, and I was like, every single one of those, every single hairstyle I ever shown with curls or the coils or the were pipe cleaners or perm rods, so or the mesh rollers. So I just tell y'all what has worked if you're on a budget, but I would say support a black owned business. I think there's is it Lock Loops or shoot? There is a woman that I know that I always just tell people to support because I used to see her at the hair shows in Brooklyn all those years ago, and I think her product is doing well, but I just can't remember the name. Lock Loops? Is it called Lock Loops? And then there's another friend of mine who did. I don't think she sells them anymore, but she used to have lock rollers, and so they all kind of do the similar thing that I'm doing with the pipe cleaners. But it would be good to support if you want something that's more refined. You know, I get it. It's hi Chandrika. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, when you can, I'm not gonna say because I had a story that goes with that. The first time when I was helping out with a hair show, the African Arts Festival in Brooklyn with Nikina Evans. I like just dropping names because these are people that inspired me. Nikina wrote a book about like locks like a long time ago. She's an OG and she was doing a hair show and I helped. I volunteered to help her, and then I had my hair set in these those coiled, the spring, I call them spring curls. And then people, everyone there was like, your hair is nice. How did you do it? What did you use? What did you use? And then I did not know until I ran into the person that's, I think, sells the loop. It's a black with a loop. And I all of a sudden felt bad because I was telling everybody it was pipe cleans. I didn't even know her product existed. And I found out and I was like, oh, this is great. And then I think it was, we get in our feeling. Like, I think she was trying to sell a product and I was already using pipe cleaners. And she's like, you want to use something that doesn't degrade you or something, she said. And I was like, that's not fair. I didn't even know about your product, but it's a great product and I'm gonna tell everyone to use it. So that was so many years ago. I tell people still, there's people that have products if we can support them. But I'm also gonna be honest that I've just been using what has been handy. I think I need a lot because if I'm doing them small, I need a lot, and I just always felt like, yeah. If y'all have patience or patient, I can pull up the pictures. Yeah, I'm trying to. Cause I'm using one screen. If y'all feel like it, I don't want to make this live stream so long though. But I was like, oh my gosh, these are great pictures. Do I still sell the sweet almond and lavender? You still know? I have old units. I basically have very little product. I did not make any more. Um, there was, first of all, y'all probably already know it just costs a lot of money to make a product line, even if you are a small, like starting with small batches. And I had hired out a chemist, a natural chemist, to work with. And so came up with these formulations and I had a product line and it was in some store, like little local stores in Brooklyn. And I loved them. But I couldn't continue sourcing it. It was just a lot going on. And so I said, I'll sell out the units and I'll find another way to make this happen. And I couldn't sustain it, but I do still have some very small amount, but I don't even know if it's, some of it might not even be good anymore. But I am in talks of working with another natural cannabis. I want my products to stay natural. I don't want garbage in it. I don't. And I have a daughter and I think about hormone disruptors with some of this stuff people use. And I do love companies that keep the integrity of the natural ingredients because at the end of the day, it's what seeps into our bodies and our system and all that stuff. So I want to keep true to that. And so there's few people that you can talk to, and if you want to make something artificial, you can probably do it much cheaper and much easier and much faster. But I want to have some things that really work, like the hair oil. I know the hair oil works. I make it. So used to sell it 10 years ago. Yep. And then I had an accompanying spray because we were using the same premise of water sealing in moisture. So I know the whole conversation. You know, because I think you commented before. You used to see me in partnership with the chemist talking about how moisture and hair and the structure of hair. And so our combination with my education was on the micro size lock realm. And so that's why we work together to formulate the products for micro locks, not just locks. So I'm still staying true to what is true for us on this level and what will work for us. Yeah. Especially if you use quality ingredients, raw ingredients are expensive, but I won't use anything else. It's just like people who eat caviar and people who eat, McDonald's. Like you'll pay for something. You might be finding another like a lower end of it, but if you want quality product, the price point is going to just be a little bit more, but it doesn't mean it has to be inaccessible. So my products were only like 10, still only like 10, $15. My hair oil is $15. Although it's this size, you only need a couple of drops. And you don't need to take a bath in it. You just need a little bit. And then it has a potent smell because it's potent. And you can even dilute it down if you want. So it's kind of like I wouldn't expect you to have to keep buying that bottle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, I am getting a little sleepy. I just got so tired. But you'll have the links, right? I put the link for if you want the any of the products. And Angela, I thank Angela for dropping the oil. I really wasn't prepared. That's why I had to go in the other room and get it. I was not prepared, but I do have a few dozen made, and I was gonna go ahead and start putting some ads out for the oils. I was like, let me start sharing it again. I don't want people using too much of certain types of things on their locks, new or old, because there's a lot of embedding that it does in between the patterns. And my between my daughter, well, my daughter gets fibers and stuff in her. She puts stuff in her hair, so she often has buildup from it's because she's 10. But when you are dealing with certain products, you got to just be careful because it can create and attract more of your own skin cells and stuff. So we don't want those to become in bumps, and we don't want the white parts in our hair. So I always talk about using less. You don't need to make a whole lot of I think y'all are y'all buying the oil now? Thank you. Can you put the scholarship link? Sure. I'll go ahead and write the link. Do I have to put the HTTPS in front? Let me do that so that you can click it. But I'll also put it across the bottom now. Yeah. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and uh-oh. What is wrong with my computer? Okay. You're welcome. HTTP. Have an awesome night. Facebook user that said that I can't see here until next time. Yeah, I'm closing out because y'all know I can talk and I don't want to make the lives too long because I know people don't stay to the end. So you're the link to the Microloc training.com/giveaway. Put your social medias. Now I haven't decided how many. Y'all know sometimes I don't just give away one. And I give away different types. I'm finalizing everything. I have a meeting tonight about some things. Oh, here's a link. Sorry. And so there's gonna be more things to win and take advantage of. If y'all help a sister out and engage, it's great. Engagement is always good, especially on IG. I know y'all like to engage in the stories. I know y'all love to look at this. But when I put the post, even the post I put up for this, I'll get people looking at it and clicking through from the stories, but not a like on it. It's okay because I take it down in 24 hours. I keep it up and then I take it down. But I'm like, I see all the insights. It's pushing it back, but it's okay because the information still comes out. But I just always say, if you care to engage, understand that helps platforms, especially when we're not in the algorithm all the time. And I'm going to pick up posting. It's going to help me pay more attention to giving y'all quality posts that you want to see. Information, the befores, the afters, the whatever it is. I think people tend to like to see how things affect hair or me doing something with hair. I don't mind showing those things, but I also don't want to show it to no engagement or having a bunch of people saving it, but then not liking it. And it makes it feel like, well, what am I doing? Something wrong combination? I don't know. But if it really is something that you like and engaging and also helps me see you, and then if you're applying for a scholarship, I can put two and two together that you are someone that's engaging. You have seen this and it just helps. But all right. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining and being so kind to Angela. This was not easy for her. I like to show all real people, all different types of hair. And I love the people that are so gracious to share that because it's not hard. It's not easy. It's hard out here sometimes when your hair doesn't look like the perfect picture and but you have such great, success with it. And it's just doing so much for your confidence in your life. But it's like, it just doesn't look like those perfect pictures. That's what someone said to me. They're like, I didn't even want to go. Their pictures were too perfect that I didn't even go to them. Just because I didn't know if they knew how to handle someone with thinning edges or someone with, and I was like, wow. So it works. It really helps to just be real and be able to support people and applaud us and all the things, you know, that you posted to your story. Thank you, Diane. You were to have to remind people to like it. I forgot. It's okay. And so I know, and there's people that I watch and I like their channels, and you're right. And then they're like, so if you can like, if y'all could like, click like, subscribe for updates. And I'm like, oh yeah, so you are right. So I'm not gonna get in my feelings like y'all just, you might actually not be thinking about it, but yeah, if you can, like, comment, share. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful Monday, and I'll be back soon. Bye.